I think you all know, my colleagues have mentioned this, I think it's 3 pharma lobbyists for every member of Congress. 3 pharma lobbyists for every member of Congress. And they had the money, and they're running the ads, but what they didn't have was AARP. What they didn't have was 50 million seniors that stood with us and the people of this country. And Joanne putting her own face on the ads was one of my favorite things. So, but it was a pushback, and it was long overdue. When you look at the rates that we get from our wonderful VA, because they have negotiation, we know this works. We know it works. I was actually just down in southern Minnesota with the Secretary of Veterans Affairs, and we learned that at many of our towns that people are using the VA health care, and even if they're not, if there's any way they can access the drugs that way because they're veterans or their spouses are veterans, that's what they do. And it's a ridiculous situation when we have one healthcare system that's working in terms of prices and the other one that's a total ripoff. And so that is why for years I have led the bill on price negotiation for Medicare. I am so pleased that we got a start. It is a time to celebrate, yes, what we got done, but it is also a time to be very clear-eyed of the challenge in front of us. We have an opportunity right now to go further on insulin. The forces stopped us in the past, but I believe we have a chance to get it done on a bipartisan basis. I also want to mention the hope that we have on some of the patent bills. Senator Grassley and I think for it's not as long as Senator Grassley's been in the Senate, but it's been a while, have been pushing to pass our pay for delay to stop the egregious practice where Big Pharma pays off generics to keep their products off the market. We also have the sham petitions where they file sham petitions to try to delay competition. There are 3 bills that came out of the Judiciary Committee, which is not exactly an easy committee to get bills through on a bipartisan basis. And those bills are the ones that we hope to include in this package as well.
Good evening, friends. This is happening. Social Security benefit cuts may be coming soon. Experts are urging that you do not get caught off guard. It is estimated that a cut worth as much as 50% are coming from millions of seniors and retirees. My dearest friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to find out more about this. Also, this coming Friday, I will be announcing more winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, please make sure that you click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. In June, the average retired worker received a Social Security check totaling $1,837, which equals out to a little over $22,000 each year. While this isn't a large payout, the majority of the program's more than 49 million retired workers relies on this steady stream of monthly income to cover their expenses. Starting in 2002, National Pollster Gallup began questioning retirees to gauge their reliance on Social Security income. All 22 years of surveys have shown that between 80% and 90% of retired respondents lean on their Social Security benefits as either a major or minor income source. So in other words, it is necessary income to sustain their way of life, with America's top retirement program playing such an important role in the financial future of a vast majority of workers. Maximizing what you'll receive from Social Security on a monthly basis is of the utmost importance. In the coming years, the program is expected to owe more money in benefits than what is collected in payroll tax revenue, which is its main source of funding. And the reason largely has to do with baby boomers making a mass workforce exodus, with too few workers coming in to replace them. Social Security has trust funds it can tap to make up for that revenue shortfall. But once those trust funds run dry, benefit cuts will be on the table. And that might happen sooner than anyone wants. The most recent projection for the depletion of Social Security's trust funds has them running out of money by 2032. This means that Social Security cuts could end up happening in roughly a decade. That is a scary thought. But if you are still working, experts say that there is one key move that you can make to compensate for the benefit cuts and avoid getting hurt by them. Benefit cuts or not, it is recommended that you expect to need money on top of Social Security to pay your bills in retirement. It is best to safeguard yourself by boosting your savings now, because every little bit helps. Lawmakers are well aware that cutting benefits has a potential to spur a widespread poverty crisis among retirees. So ideally, lawmakers will manage to find a way to prevent those cuts from happening. But that's also not something anyone should bank on. The Senior Citizens League predicts that next year's COLA increase could be just 3.1%, less than half of this year's 8.7%, which was the largest gain in 4 decades. The COLA is calculated based on inflation in the third quarter of the prior year. Thanks to the rate adjustments by the U.S. Federal Reserve, inflation has slowed over the last several months, but prior months of rapid inflation left many Americans in debt and struggling to dig out of financial holes. A smaller COLA increase could make it harder for retirees to pay down debt that was accrued during these inflationary times. Additionally, COLA increases do not necessarily keep pace with inflation. Between January 2000 and February 2023, Social Security benefits increased by just 78%, averaging just 3.4% annually, while food, utilities, and other goods and services increased by 141%. That averages out to 6.2% annually. Experts have calculated that the oldest Social Security beneficiaries, those who retired before the year 2000, who would now be at least 85 years old, have lost 36% of their buying power over the past 2 decades. The organization blames inadequate COLA increases amid surge price growth for goods and services that are most commonly used by seniors. While an increase of 3.1% for Social Security is still an increase, it's not likely to keep pace with inflation. It's expected that seniors who rely on Social Security may have to look into investments or other sources of income to continue to make ends meet in these challenging times. So, dear friends, what do you think our government should do about Social Security? Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Well, my awesome and amazing friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for this Sunday. My dear friends, thank you so much for being part of this community and for joining me here every single day. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I will be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. Please make sure that you enter the giveaways by clicking and liking several of my videos. And then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.